thought maybe while I warm up, it might be interesting to talk about embracing analog again. In a world where everything is AI and microchips, feels like nothing's private anymore. All of these companies are just coming for all of our information, and it just feels more and more like nothing is just for us. And I thought maybe that would be an interesting thing to talk about in terms of shorthand and how that can help us maybe get back to a more private, secure, analog way of living. Much has been said about how I hold a pen. Yes, it's wrong. No, it does not hurt me. I'm very comfortable with it. It's how I've always done it incorrectly, but feel free to let me know down below how much you hate it. On the one hand, the internet has been a way to express ourselves privately, away from our friends or family or work colleagues. The internet has been a respite from all the people in our lives want to have a different identity, or you keep an online diary because it feels more secure because nobody can accidentally find it or anything like that. And now it's feeling more and more like everything online is not secure. Big tech has prying eyes everywhere. And what do you want to put into writing online that, who knows who has access to it? And maybe the little book in your pocket is actually more secure. The only problem, of course, is that it feels less secure because everybody else in our lives could stumble upon it or find it and read it. And I kind of think that that's where shorthand kind of has a place in the modern world, because now you can keep a little diary or, to-do lists or any project you're working on. It's private. So I think maybe we should embrace analog writing again. Stop putting all our information on the internet where we have the illusion of security, and actually just start writing by hand again. A lot of people have asked for how-to videos, and I really don't know how useful that would be. There's nothing I can say that's not in a $5 textbook, probably worded better. And there's people who have made how-to videos and stuff, and I think they're kind of a snooze. So I really think that the best way to learn it is to get a $5 textbook, go through the lessons, and then just start writing from day one. And as you're writing along, it's going to be mostly in English. Use the shorthand that you know, and when you don't know a word, go ahead and write the Roman alphabet version and look it up later in a shorthand dictionary, and you'll learn over time how to write all those words. And by the time you get to the end of a journal, it'll probably all be in shorthand. The best way to learn to read is to do reading exercises, reading practice, because a lot of people learn to write better than they learn to read, and they can't even read their own writing a few months later once they don't have context. So you really have to practice reading separately from writing. And I think the best way to do that is to read practice drills or some of the books that they published in Gregg Shorthand. And you can find those online, and you can read them side by side with the English text, and that will help you practice reading. It's not a big deal if what you're reading is in a previous version of Gregg and you're learning a more modern one. Maybe it's in pre-anniversary and you're learning Simplified or Diamond Jubilee. That's okay. They're similar enough. I'm not sure what would be the most useful for people, since I don't think a step-by-step regurgitation of a textbook is that useful. I thought maybe it could be useful to do a read-along series. Maybe if I took a book that's in Gregg Shorthand, once a week read a chapter on screen and help translate it. I thought maybe that could be useful. You can let me know in the comments if that's a good idea. So I like to use it for my own journal. I like to use it to make notes on my drawings. I had an idea for a comic once, and I wrote the speech bubbles in shorthand for the first draft because it's faster. So it has a lot of benefits. One of them is the feeling of privacy.